Hello and welcome back. It's a bit of a different video from me this week. I'm not 100% full of cold and have been so for the last, 4 or 5 days now. So today I thought I would just take a bit of time out and do something fun. Well, it's supposed to be fun. It's a little bit challenging, to be fair. I've watched a couple of videos recently on reverse colouring, which is exactly what it says on the tin. It's starting off with like a picture without any line art on it. The idea being that you put the line art on top as opposed to buying a colouring book with pictures drawn that you simply colour in. So what I'm doing here is creating like a background wash type mess, which when it's dried I will then draw on top of. The idea really is a lot like when I don't know, when you're a kid or maybe as an adult today, if you're driving along in the car, passenger, or if you're walking along and you look up at the clouds and you see things in the clouds, like you might see, I don't know, an elephant or a dog, etc. The idea is that you look into the picture and you try and see things and then you draw them. And the reason this is particularly challenging for me is that, as I've probably said on this channel, but if I haven't, I've said it to many people, that I am utterly useless at drawing from just my imagination. I do need to have something physical in front of me or a picture to look at or something to draw from. I just can't draw from my imagination. I don't know if that's because I don't have much of an imagination or if it's just simply that I can't picture an image in my head clear enough to then get that image down on paper. So I really had no idea what to expect from doing this, and to be honest, I wasn't even sure if this was something I'd be able to do. But I just felt like doing something, and I didn't really want to sit and do any of my other artwork because my head's just too groggy to think about doing that, although I did give it a try. So I just thought that I would sit down, do some of this for a little tiny while just to take my mind off the fact that I'm not feeling the best, and just have a bit of fun with it really. So here's me creating one background. I actually made a few. I'm literally just putting colour on paper and moving it around. I'm using the heat gun here to dry it quicker because I didn't want to sit around waiting for ages for the paper to dry, because by the time it did that I probably would have felt I wanted to go and sit down again for a bit. So yeah, I'm literally just experimenting. There is no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm just hoping to get some sort of background in place that I can then draw on. So that's what I'm doing here. Watching this back, I really should have stopped messing with this background a good minute or two ago because it wasn't looking bad. Now it's just a shocking mess. But never mind, it's there is no right or wrong. It just is what it is. So this one's finished for the minute, so I'm just going to put it to one side and get myself another bit of paper and make another one. Again, I probably should have stopped here at this point because, it's not looking too bad, but no, I keep going. I strangely quite like this one, so that's cool. And on to the next one. And that's another one finished. Are you seeing anything in them yet? It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. I thought I'd try something a little bit different with this one, and I got out a tiny little jelly plate that I've got, which I would normally use with acrylic paints. Never you tried them with watercolour, and actually, yeah, they don't work well with watercolour, as you're going to see. But they did make like a splodge effect, which, to be honest, didn't work too well. This picture or this background ends up being the worst of the bunch. I think it's safe to say that this background is just awful. But anyway, let's keep going and on to the last. I think overall this one was my favourite. I really like the colours in it. But yeah, so put this one to one side now, let that dry, and then have a look at what we've got. So now I'm looking at the backgrounds, which have pretty much dried, so that I can choose which one I want to work with. I'm busy seeing if I can see anything in any of them, and at the present time, no, I couldn't. That one's definitely my favourite. But I went with the worst of the bunch. That's the one I chose, which is unusual for me. It's not, I suppose. I do like a challenge, and this was the worst one of all, and so I thought, let's get that one over and done with. I intended to have a go at drawing something on each of them, so I thought start with the worst one, which I thought would probably also be the hardest one. So this is what I'm working with, and I'll let you see what I come up with. I think personally, having obviously already done this, that all this tells me is that I need some sort of help. It's fascinating what I see in this picture. So yeah, I'll let you watch the process. Yeah, so if anybody's got the number for a good therapist, I think maybe you should leave it in the comments. It is fascinating, isn't it, what you can come up with. It's not supposed to be a fantastic picture by all means. You are just supposed to work with what's there, with the shapes that are there, etc. And that's what I did. It would be tempting to get the pencil crayons out and really go into some detail and make this picture even better, but then that's not what it's about, so I haven't done that. I've just left it as it is, and to be honest, at this point my head was beginning to hurt some, so I didn't do any of the other backgrounds at this point. I did stop, but I have the other backgrounds and I will definitely give them a go another day, because ultimately it was a really fun exercise. So why not have a go yourself and see what you come up with, whilst I now go and make a cup of tea. I hope that wasn't too boring for you. I know it was completely different from anything else I do and literally had nothing else to do with my business, but sometimes it's just good to do something a little bit different. And yeah, at the end of the day, art should be fun. It is fun, and today that's all my purpose was to have a bit of fun for 5 minutes and forget all about this pesky cold. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!